Hello everybody, welcome back to Pokemon Crystal. Last episode we beat the first gym leader, Faulkner, and today we are on to Union Cave, so we're going down. First we're going to talk to this guy though. You have some good Pokemon there. It must be from the training you gave them around Violet City. Yes it is. The training at the gym must have been especially helpful. It was. As a souvenir of Violet City, take this. It increases the power of grass type moves. Carter received Miracle Seed. Okay, that is kind of a needed thing if you pick Chikorita like me. Chikorita is pretty weak, but that's a little bit of a boost that will make his Razor Leaf, or whatever grass move you have on him, should be Razor Leaf, do a little more damage. Nothing crazy, but it will just make it a little more painful for the opposing Pokemon. Not a great needed thing. I mean, you can live without it, but it will help you. And there's some cool Pokemon on this new route as well. There's something called a Wooper, which is kind of a fan favorite water type. I would recommend him to pretty much anybody who's needs a water type. He's pretty good, unless if you don't want to use Gyarados, that is. You're kind of given the best water type in the entire game for free in this game. So, you know, water types are kind of weak. That's why I kind of argued against Totodile in my starter introduction video. Starters, because Gyarados kind of makes the starter Totodile kind of weak. And he makes any water type weak, so it's kind of the downside of using water type in this game. But, you know, if you're against using Gyarados, Quagsire is a great choice. All right, we're out of that battle. Sorry, I had to cut that. I know. Oh, let's talk to this guy. How would you like to have this? Tasty, nutritious, Slowpoke tail. For you right now, just 1 million Pokédollars. You want this? No, we don't want a tail of a Pokemon. No, we don't want it. We're going to be healing up as well. I'm sorry I healed. I know I wasn't very damaged. I don't know why I did that. Just, oh, battle. Yeah, I'm sorry that I healed. I guess it's just kind of a mind, it's a pattern, I guess. You just heal whenever you see a Pokemon Center. My bad. Yeah, we're fully healed up anyway. So this is kind of a hard trainer. More difficult than most. He just has a bunch of bird Pokemon. It's kind of another Faulkner situation. A little less hard than that, though. It's kind of weaker. Ghastly, as you remember, we cannot use Lick, his main move, on normal type Pokemon. It resists it. It doesn't only resist it, it just doesn't hit. It's immune, so you can't use ghost moves on normal type, sadly. So it kind of ruins our Ghastly when he's fighting these little normal type Pokemon. It's not very good, but Rocky can handle this pretty well. This is what he's for. Oh boy, we don't want to accuracy. They always lower the accuracy. I think that's kind of the trademark of the Pidgeys. Alright, we're going to switch out then. It gets annoying. I'm going to try one more time. Come on, Rocky. Okay, Rocky's not listening to me. I thought he would actually start to listen to me ever since I got the gym badge. I guess not. That's not entirely great. It's actually quite bad. We're going to switch into Chikorita to handle this. We're going to be using Razor Leaf, maybe, because we do have that Miracle Seed on him to make his moves do a little more damage. So let's try it. Very good. Let's knock it out one hit. Come on. It's very weak, and, you know, Razor Leaf's a pretty good move. Very nice. Critical hit with that. Probably couldn't have taken it out without that critical, so we needed it. Thank you, Chikorita. Chikorita should be evolving around 16, I think, level 16. It's not a huge upgrade, but it's something. It's something. Bayleaf he turns into, which is just a pretty decent grass type. Remember what I said about Chikorita. Chikorita is very bulky. That's what Chikorita is for. So don't expect your Chikorita, or your Bayleaf for that matter, to be able to sweep things. This is not a sweeping Pokemon. It can take hits pretty well. And that's not the worst thing ever, because you sometimes want someone who you can just always send into a battle, especially if you're playing the game like me, where I use set mode. I don't play on shift, therefore, when I switch a Pokemon, like if I was playing on shift, I'd have the option to get a free switch into, let's say, Rocky, when I faint somebody's Pokemon. But because I don't play like that, I play in set, it makes switching a little more kind of more difficult. So you want someone you're able to switch to effectively without taking good damage, without taking heavy damage. And Chikorita is kind of good with that. And he can also reflect then, so you can switch into him, he can take a hit, and you reflect. It's kind of a different playstyle than most people use in single player, and for that reason it's kind of not recommended. And Chikorita and grass types in general are kind of weak, but I'm willing to take that, you know. Now we do heal. Okay, I'll see you after I'm done healing. Okay, into the first cave of the game. Caves are known for rock types like Geodudes and Onyxes, as well as Zubats. Zubats are very, very good. It's a Rattata, not the Pokemon I was talking about. Rattata is pretty decent. As I was saying about starter the Pokemon in the starting routes, they're not the best Pokemon, but they can really help you in the early game if you need them. So, you know, Rattata is not going to do wonders, but it's not going to be bad either. But Zubat is in here, and Zubat I would recommend to anybody who needs a good flying type. If you need a good flying type, use the Zubat. It's very good. And if you actually want to use a rock type, don't use Rocky, don't use Onix like I am. Use a Geodude. They're a little bit better. They're faster, more aggressive, a little less defensive, but Rocky's defenses are out of whack. You don't need that much defense. Geodude would do you just fine. You can get a Geodude pretty easily in here. The reason I'm picking Rocky is he starts a lot stronger. Rocky does, Onix does compared to Geodude, but Onix loses a lot of power unless you evolve him into Steelix, which I don't plan to do. While Geodude starts a lot lower, but gains a lot more power as he goes on. Geodude's literally one of the best Pokemon in this entire game. He's very helpful. So if you guys need just a good Pokemon who can take a lot of physical damage, a lot of just be a good wall, Geodude's pretty good. I'd recommend him. And Zubat's good as well. Zubat's very, very fast. He turns into Crobat, who's probably a fan favorite Pokemon, I would say. People really like Crobat. I like him too. It's a poison type. Poison's not the best when it comes to in-game. Oh, speak of the devil, we get Poison Powder. This will poison a Pokemon, meaning they take, I think, 1/16 of damage every turn. Maybe it's 1/8. I forget. It's not bad. It's not the best move ever, but we don't need Growl. I'm willing to teach it. It's helpful if you want to catch a wild Pokemon, because you're able to do a little bit of damage, especially a weaker Pokemon. If you don't want to kill it, you're just able to damage it a little bit. And all right, this is actually pretty good. I was gonna skip this encounter, but Wooper isn't very, very good. If you guys needed a Wooper, check out this Wooper in this cave. This is very, very good. If I wanted to, I'm not actually gonna go Wooper, but I can see why somebody would. It's very, very, very good. I might do something a little more obscure for this playthrough just to have a little bit of fun. But if I didn't want to be weird and obscure, totally choose Wooper. Not a bad choice. I think, speaking of obscure Pokemon, I think on this round, on this playthrough rather, not round, I don't know why I said that. On this playthrough of Crystal of Gen 2, I think I'm going to be going with a very obscure water type. I was thinking of Corsola, who's very weird, very forgotten. He's a rock water type that you get in kind of the mid-game. He's kind of an obscure Pokemon, rare to get, but only evolves, does not evolve. Okay, trainer, I'll meet you back after I beat this trainer. Okay, I just got done with that trainer. The reason I'm going to be going for kind of an obscure water type, as I was going on about, is because I've played with a lot of the popular water types in this game. I've been playing this game for a while. Not Pokemon Crystal, to be exact. I've been playing Gen 2, so kind of in this region, the remake or this version, a lot in my life. I've played Heart Gold many, many times, and I've played Crystal a handful of times, like I've said before. So I want to try something new. I've done Wooper a lot. I've done Totodile a lot. I've done Gyarados a hell of a lot. I've done all these Pokemon many times. So I'm going to go for something more obscure. Either Corsola, as I was mentioning, kind of a weird, not very good. These are not great Pokemon, but the game is easy enough where you're able to get away with it. So either Corsola or Quillfish. That's what I was thinking. Quillfish or Corsola. I could also see myself doing, I forgot his name, but he's the water electric Pokemon that you get in Newbark Town. I don't know his name. Lantern, I think it is. I always wanted to use him. He's kind of has weird stats. He's a little bulky and not very aggressive, but I'm willing to take the risk on him because I think it's a cool type. Water electric is a cool type, and I'm willing to do that just for a little bit of fun. So we'll see. I guess I'll figure it out once we get to that. Once I'm able to catch it with a Super Rod, and that's when all these Pokemon open up. We'll get to that. That's a little bit away, but you know, I just want you guys to be in the loop of what I'm thinking, because I don't really have an exact plan of what I'm going to do for this round. I'm kind of making it up as I go. So, like I didn't start the game thinking I'd be using Gengar. You know, I just figured I would. So we saw one and it seemed kind of fun. I've never used one in Gen 2, I don't believe, but people generally think this is a very strong Pokemon, so people really like it. It's a fan favorite. So I wanted to have some fun with it. And oh my god, we're getting our ass kicked by this Vulpix. I told you. See, this is why Chikorita isn't very good. You get a lot of bad. You're not able to do a lot of damage. We should be sending in Rocky to do a rock throw. Rocky is not listening to us currently, though, sadly. But yeah, I've played this game a lot, so I want to kind of avoid popular Pokemon. Obviously, Gengar is kind of he's pretty popular, so it's not the most, not every time, but you know, most of the time I want to have a little bit of fun with it. For Eevee, who I'm definitely going to be using, I'm not sure what Eevee evolution I'm going to be doing. If you guys are watching this very video, you have an idea on what I should evolve my Eevee into, let me know. I think I installed with the patch, it includes an easier way to get the evolution stones, so you don't have to kind of you don't have to play around with the with the Pokénav feature. So you're able see, and in the base game, in order to get Pokemon evolution stones, so like Fire Stones, Water Stones, and Leaf Stones, you have to get phone numbers from Pokemon trainers, and they'll call you when they like find it. It's kind of annoying, but in this version, you could just buy it, which is a little bit easier. So yeah, Eevee is more, it's easier to get his evolutions in this version. That's what I was trying to get to when I was bringing up evolution stones. So anyway, if you guys have a suggestion on what Eevee I should use, let me know. I want to avoid, probably avoid Jolteon. I've used Jolteon quite a bit, and I want to probably avoid Umbreon, just he's a little too slow and not too aggressive. And I don't want another kind of bulky guy. We already have Chikorita, who's incredibly bulky. Okay, now that we got into this town, I'm gonna be starting. You go in here, Kurt's house, because you see this. We cannot go into this well. I'm gonna be starting this little mission for a bit. You just go in here and you talk to this guy, and you tell him that there's like a guy in front of the well blocking it off, and he'll help you. Yep, that's Team Rocket. They're kind of the evil gang of this game and of the first one. It's kind of a little more on the burner in this game compared to Gen 1, where they're a lot more aggressive and in your face. In this one, it's kind of laid back. That's why I like Gen 2 a lot. So we're just gonna go down this this well. That guy who we told about them being in front fell down, so he cannot come with us. Okay, I'm gonna be closing it off right now, and we're gonna be checking out the people, Team Rocket. We're gonna be dealing with them for the first time and what they're doing to slowpokes down here, especially. So next time we'll meet back and we'll check on what they're doing. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys have any suggestions about what Pokemon you think I should use, let me know. I will keep it in mind.